Hi, I'm Glenn, founder of Grassroots Tournaments UK. Today, I'm excited to give you the first look at a system designed to make organising football tournaments simpler, safer, smarter and less stressful. Whether you're managing teams, scheduling matches or keeping track of results, this platform streamlines every step so clubs can focus on the game, not the admin. Today, I'm going to demonstrate the end-to-end process of planning a tournament and then running it on the day. Initially, I'll be using our planning portal, and then I will show you side by side the planning portal and the event day app, so that you can see the experience from both the tournament organiser's perspective and from your event attendees. Let's take a look and see how it works.
Today, I'm going to organise a 16-team tournament. That's going to be arranged over 4 groups, with the finishing position determining which teams go through to one of 2 elimination phases, a cup and a shield. And each elimination phase will have 3 elimination rounds, so we're going to have a quarter-final, semi-final and then final. So before I started this video, I already created a club to test with. So here's my club. I've got test club, a postcode, I've uploaded my club logo. I've added some of the key people in my club, so I've got a safeguarding officer and a chairman. And I've already added a location. So this is a location near to me where we could potentially run a football tournament. I'm going to go over onto the left navigation and click on plan. This takes me through to the events that I currently have planned. So I don't have any future events planned at the moment. So I'm going to go through and create one. So the first thing I'm going to do is select a date for this event. Let's select it for this weekend. I'm going to set my event start time. This is a date that you want your gates to open and you want people to start arriving. So I'm going to set that at 8 AM to allow a sizable window for people to arrive and get parked up. I'm going to use the location I've already set, but if you did want to choose a new location, you can create a new one. You can kind of drop a pin in place. You can kind of find those details. You can give it a new label, but I'm just going to use the existing one for now. So click create and this will create my event for me. Okay, and as soon as that's happened, that will appear in the list. So you can see here, no tournaments added. So I'm going to click on view event and I'm going to go and start doing this. So just to run through the windows that you see in here, these are the pitches that I'm going to be using for this event. This comes in play especially when you've got multiple tournaments happening in an event. So I'm going to use 4 pitches today. I'm just going to number those 1, 2, 3, 4. You can select the game formats, and this means that when you're creating a tournament, only pitches that are suitable for that tournament's format will be displayed in the select list. So you'll see that in a moment. So I'm going to just simply name these 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So other things that you can do on this screen, you can add sponsors. So if you've got sponsors who are specifically sponsoring your event, you can select those. You can upload their logo. So I'm just going to add a couple of sponsors in here, and these will be important in a little while. You can add a few more details about them as well if you wanted to. Like a short description and a website so that you can maximize the potential benefit that those sponsored would receive from sponsoring your event. You can add further key people, so I'm going to add Jack Johnson here. He's going to be the organizer for this event only. So you saw the key people that we had for the for the organisation. Organisation key people will show on every single event, same as organisation sponsors. So if you have a sponsor that sponsors your club, you can you don't have to repeatedly add them to every single event. If you've got sponsors who just want to kind of help you sponsor a particular event or a particular group of events, then you can kind of add those at event level as well. And I'm just going to add some contact details here. So these people will show only on this event, whereas the organisation key people will show on every event. Quite important. I'm going to upload a site plan. So I've just got a bit of a test site plan here, but it's a really good example. This just gives your event attendees a bit of an overview of what's kind of going on, any kind of key information, medical stations, if there's a defibrillator on site, where the emergency access routes might be. But it will also show them where the pitches are. So this is a really good feature that you can kind of utilize. You can upload your event description as well. So you can add a full description of your tournament, and this will appear on the event day page. We'll go back to the event day page in full a little bit later on, just after we've got the tournament set up. So I'm going to set up a tournament right now. I'm going to make this a mixed tournament, so that's open to males and females. I'll do we'll do an under 10 tournament, and we'll go for game format of 7v7, and we'll make this competitive. The distinction between competitive and non-competitive within this system, so a competitive tournament will show all tournament scores. It will show the tables with league table positions, and then when you go through to an elimination stage, it will show the knockout stages, the scores, everything involved in there. Whereas if you have a non-competitive tournament, it will just show you the listings, and it will show you when fixtures have been completed, but it will not show any scores, it will not show any standings, and it will show a warning on there saying this is a non-competitive tournament and that the scores have been hidden to protect to remove the pressure from the younger players. So we're going to go with competitive for this one, so I can show you the full feature set. So now our tournament's been created. You can see it's not been scheduled and it's not been published. So let's just go through and start scheduling this tournament now. So I've just clicked on view. This has taken me through to the setup schedule page. So the key button on this is this generate schedule feature. You click on that and it brings up this panel. So here you can kind of choose which tournament format you want your tournament to have. I'm going to choose a group and elimination like we discussed earlier, and I'm going to give it a total of 16 teams. Over on the right it shows you how your tournament format will be configured. So initially we've got 16 teams that are arranged into 4 groups. All teams within a group play each other. The elimination phase, so depending on where teams place in the groups, they progress through to an elimination phase with an overall winner determined in a final. The placings in each group will progress to, and then we've got a cup for teams placing first and second in each group, and then we've got a shield for teams placing third and fourth in each group. The elimination phase will consist of a final, semi-final and quarter-final. So moving down here, I'm going to select which pitches I want to use. So I'm going to use all 4 pitches. I've only got one tournament happening at this event today. And as soon as I've selected those pitches with these initially configured values here, you can kind of see if based on a event start time of 8 o'clock, it gives you an estimate that your group stages will finish at 9:30, the elimination stages will finish at 10:15. We've not added any other kind of bits in yet, and I'll kind of show you that in a moment, but just want to kind of explain these parts. So these are the windows of time that you want to allow for a match to take place and then any other activities involved in changing over to move on to the next team. So if you want to have a 10-minute fixture for your group matches, then it's probably best to kind of leave this at about 15 minutes, so you've got 5 minutes to change over, so that the next team is ready to kind of go and be on the pitch, ready for the next fixture. Elimination fixtures, I've defaulted these to 20. That's usually so that you can kind of allow for a little bit more time for penalties or any on-pitch resolution to be taken, because these matches cannot finish in a draw. So just to make that kind of simple. So, but all you do from here is click generate, and that will generate your initial fixture schedule. So these are fixture type, I call them time boxes, but these are fixture type schedule slots. So that's slots for all of your fixtures involving all of your pitches. If you find you want to kind of stagger your fixtures, or you want to do anything else, you can create additional fixture slots. So you kind of can create a group fixture slot, and I'll set that to 15, and that will add itself to the bottom of your group fixtures. You can do the same for the elimination fixtures. So this is just the minimum amount of fixture slots that you need to hold all of your fixtures for these games. I'm just going to remove that. You've got another type of time box or slot in here as well. So if I click on create event, you'll start to see what this is all about. So I'm going to place a event time box at the start of the schedule, and I'm going to add this for registration. So we said our gates were open at 8 o'clock. I'm going to allow 60 minutes for people to arrive, get set up, register, and do anything else that they need to do. So it's a fair window. I'm also going to add one right near the beginning, probably after this 9 fixture, and I'm going to add a manager's briefing. So I'm just going to add probably 30 minutes for that, just so it's nice and good. Oh, so I've put that in the wrong place at the moment, so all I need to do to get that in the right place is just drag it in place. I'm going to add another event at the end, and this is going to be my presentation, so 30 minutes for that. That's appeared there, and then I'm going to add a couple of breaks in as well. I'll probably put one around here, like 15 minutes. You don't have to add breaks. Sometimes it's good just to kind of like let your schedule readjust, but we've got solutions for if your schedule kind of goes out of whack a little bit during the matches as well. So I'll show you that a little bit later on. So that's it. That pretty much gives us the shape of our schedule for the day. Onto arranging groups. So I click on the Arrange Groups tab. If I click on Assign Fixtures, I can't do that yet because I've not arranged the groups. You have to arrange the groups to generate the fixtures, and you'll see that in a moment. So I'm just going to create a load of teams. This is probably a little bit of a boring part, but I'll probably speed it up on the video. I've got some teams around here. You'll see on this screen you've got the team name, and you also have this rating. So the 5-star rating is for you to use internally. This is not shown on any of the externally published data that is sent to the event day site. This is for you to use so that you can kind of keep track of teams who have entered, who you do know that are at a high or a low standard, and so that you can kind of, if you want to use this as a visual cue to help you arrange the groups to give you a healthier competition, then you can kind of use this. So I'm going to say Doncaster Diamonds are a 5-star team, and we've got a few of these in here as well. And I'm just going to go through and add a few more. So just add in, I'm going to add 16 teams just so that we've got enough teams to work with here. Likewise, you don't have to use this star rated feature. It's completely up to you. Okay, 16 teams entered. Right, so now what we can do is we can start assigning these to different groups. So they're all alphabetically ordered, but I'm just going to add a couple of start spreading the 5 stars out. So I'll put 1, 2, and we've not got any more 5 stars, so we'll go with the 4s, 3 and 4. Oh. And you can just assign those to the different groups by kind of clicking on these buttons here. I don't know FC Brighton, so I'm just going to add those to group 1, and I'll add some other ones in there as well. And all we're looking to do is just spread these out across the different groups. So we'll go with this. I'm just going to distribute these out now. So you can only add the maximum number of teams to a group. So you can add quite a few more teams to this list over here, but you can only kind of add those into those groups. So let's just fill those groups up now. So what we've got, I'm missing some from group 2, so there we go, group 2. And then finally one more from group 3. Sorry, group 4. There we go. So as soon as we've done all this, we've got 4 in each of these groups. We can now go on to the Assign Fixtures tab. So if I click on this, you remember when you saw it before, it was empty. Now, all of our fixtures have been automatically populated. So those from group 1, we've got group 2, group 3 and group 4. We also have our elimination fixtures as well. So our shield fixtures show which position will play which other position. So group 1 position 3 will play group 3 position 4, and so on and so forth. So you can kind of give your event attendees an upfront view of who they will be playing should they finish in certain positions, which is quite handy. So moving back to the group fixtures, I'm just going to spread these out to keep things simple. We're just going to keep a group to a pitch today. So I'm just going to start dragging these into these time slots, and that these just are heading down there. So that's group 1 done. Group 2. If you've got the pictures to do it, this is a handy way to do things, because it allows parents and whoever's kind of coming to watch their teams congregate around those pitches and set up whatever chairs or whatever else. It just keeps helps things run smoothly. Okay, so that's all our group fixtures done. So I'm just going to do the shield fixtures first for the quarterfinals, and then we'll go cup, and then back to the shield again for the semis. Just put those in. Cup semis. And then we can go down to shield and cup for the finals. So that's it. We've got our entire tournament planned now. So if I just go back to the plan stage and go back to this event, you can see here now, so it shows that this tournament has been scheduled. So we're all good to go. So it's not shown as being published yet. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to click this publish button. And what that will do is that will take all the information that we've inputted here. It will take all that that initial schedule, and that will publish that up to our event day site. So I am just going to resize my screens, and then I will show you how we can progress on and run this tournament on the actual day. Now I want to show you how you can run this event using the Grassroots Tournament system. I want to show you a few features that are going to make your life a bit easier and help your event to run smoothly, and show you how you input scores and what impact that has on what your event attendees see through the web app. So first of all, over here we've got our the portal that we were just using to set up the event, but also what I've brought over onto the right here is the web app, which I refer to as the event day app. We've published the event in the first part of this video, and now you can see that all of the information from that event is now showing. So up at the top it shows the location, it shows gates open and the date, it shows the name of your club with your club logo, it shows the site plan that we uploaded, and you can click on that and make that larger. It shows the key contacts, so we have all of those contacts, both the organisation ones and the event ones. And then it also shows the sponsors. So we've got Adidas, which was listed as a organisation sponsor, but we also have these additional event sponsors that we uploaded as well. If I go over to the Tournaments and Fixtures tab, you can see this expanding window here. So we only have one tournament occurring at this event, so this should open automatically opened. On the run up to your event, this is the view that people will see. So they will see roughly how the schedule is going to play out for the day. They won't see the fixtures until you've initialized this tournament. We'll come back to that in a moment. It will also show the registered teams. If the tournament's not full, it will say this tournament's not full, and try and get people to spread the word and try and kind of get some more people entering the tournament. Moving back to the portal, so you can access this site using the public site button, and you can view the event from there. You can also click on here and you can generate a poster to add to put up around your event. This has got a QR code on it which will take them to that event site that you see here. It also has an alternative code, so if I just click on this, it will take you through to the event day site, and then you can type in that code and that will take you to the same place. So if somebody's QR code's not working, they've always got an alternative. So going back to the event, we're now ready on the day to start playing, to start running this event. We're now ready on the day to start running this event. So I'm going to click on View Play Event. This can also be accessed through the Play section on the website. If I click View Play Event, you can see my event is now here. So I've done everything I need to do to run this event, and that's just shown by these tick boxes here. So schedules generated, groups allocated, fixtures assigned. When you are ready to publish your fixtures, you can click on the Initialise button. So there's two stages to this. You've got a planned event at the moment. An initialized event means that you have planned your fixtures, but you have not yet started the event. And so if I click on Initialise here, you will see the impact it has on this view on the right. So the tournament is now initialized, it shows this warning here. These fixtures may be subject to change should scheduling corrections need to be made on the run up to the tournament. But initially you can see all of the groups arranged using the information that we arranged earlier. You can see the elimination view. And then you can see all of the scheduled actions that will occur during the day. Now if you don't want it, this view is a little cluttered, and if you don't want to kind of see everything that's going on for every team, you can select your team from the list. So we'll go with Matlock Lions. You click on track team, and that will currently track this team. So Matlock Lions, it's showing only the Matlock Lions group. It will show only where they are in the eliminations, and then it will show only their fixtures. So that's a nice slimmed down view for your mobile users to see. Going back to the portal, you can click here to print the teams. So you can kind of check off these teams in a paper-based way if you wish, as they arrive. So if you need to kind of distribute that to your team, then they can start ticking those off. You can also print off all the fixtures as well, and these can be useful if you need to give out slips to the ref to fill in and to be handed back in, or if you just wanted a paper recording of the fixtures as well as the system. At this stage, while it's re-initialised, you can go back into the planned event and you can make changes. So if you were to go into the event and go onto the assign fixtures page and you wanted to swap a couple of fixtures around, you can do that. And then if you wanted to go to re-initialise it, that would republish those fixtures. And they would be updated. So when you're ready to start your event, so it's on the day, you've got everything arranged, it's all been initialized, you click start event, and this event will now be started. That on the event day side, it then shows as in progress, and on the portal in this play event section you will see the time on site and you will see all of the actions that need to be completed. Now as you can see, I'm doing this demo at 10 in the evening, so all of the actions are now showing on here because it's past the time when they should have been due. But if you were doing this on the day and you'd just clicked on start event at 9 o'clock in the morning, this panel would be empty because none of these fixtures would be due. As soon as 9:30 comes up, then it would prompt you to add the scores for these fixtures, and so on and so forth as you progress through the day. This is really handy if you've got multiple tournaments happening at on the same event, because it means that you can it offers you an uncluttered view to input those scores so nobody gets confused. So I'm just going to start adding scores in, and you can start seeing the impact of those on here. So I'm just going to put completely random scores. As soon as I've put that score in, you can see it's had an impact on the table. So we've got 3 points to Matlock Lions. I'm going to put a draw in here. So you won't necessarily see that because we've got those other groups hidden. I'm just going to clear this so that we can start seeing that come through. Now if you make a mistake, it's no panic whatsoever. You can just scroll down and all of the fixtures and all of the scores that you've already put in will already be shown here. So Matlock Lions and Dudley Dynamos, I'm going to give this, this one was actually 2-1 to Matlock Lions. You make that correction and it updates in the table and everything's fixed. So going back to my, I'm just going to continue filling these in until they're all sorted. We've now input all of the scores for the group fixtures, and we're now ready to move on to our elimination stage. At this point, I want to point out two key features. The schedule adjustment feature allows you to add an adjustment into your schedule should the unforeseen happen. Say there's been an injury on one of your pitches and you want to put a pause in your schedule to allow for that injury to be taken care of, for an ambulance maybe to kind of come in and to get that cleared without upsetting the rest of your event participants. Adding a schedule adjustment will allow you to select a time, add a description of why the adjustment's taking place, and add a duration. Clicking Create will add that adjustment into your schedule. It will show it with a glowing border so that it draws people's attention to it. It will replan the rest of your schedule so that it's been shifted by the duration of your schedule adjustment, and so that you can communicate with the attendees of your event and let them know exactly what's going on in real time. Another key feature of the Play dashboard is the Resolve Group Conflicts feature. We're in a situation with this tournament where two teams have finished on the same number of points. They also have the same number of goals against and goals for. So it's impossible for the system to determine which one of those teams should finish in second and which should finish in third. This would normally require some sort of on-pitch decision to resolve the placing between those teams. And so this means that maybe you send those teams out and have a penalty shootout. Maybe you get them to flip a coin. However you decide to resolve this on the pitch, you need to then resolve it within the system as well. So this will not let you proceed onto the elimination stages until you have resolved this group conflict. If I click on the Resolve Group Conflicts button, it shows that in Group 4 we have two teams who are conflicted. All you need to do on this stage is drag the team into the right position. So if Telford Titans won the penalty shootout, you would drag them to the top. You click Submit and Progress Stage, and that is your conflict resolved. We're now in the elimination stage. So you can see on the Event Day app, I'm going to go back to Matlock Lions, who are in the cup, and you can see quarter-final, and you can see what is happening at all times. So I'm now going to start adding in some scores into here. So we're on Shield fixtures first of all. And then we're on Cup fixtures. And you can see Matlock Lions won that fixture. Something worth mentioning at this point as well is that you also have a TV view of these tournaments. So looking at the TV view, this offers a different layout for you to show on your televisions. So you can stream this using anything that kind of will show a browser. it will scroll through the different tournaments in play, and you can adjust that by toggling tournaments on or off. You can also have control over how quickly these tournaments, these views scroll between. So you can see them moving through the cup and the shield at the moment. If there was a plate, it would also show that as well. So going back, just got to unfocus this team so it just shows us everything. If you try and enter a draw into the elimination fixtures, it won't let you do it. So it makes it very difficult to actually make a mistake on this. Likewise with the elimination fixtures. So as soon as you've moved on to the eliminations, you can still update these fixtures, but you cannot go back to the group fixtures and do anything with those. So if you make a mistake at this point, you can still go in and you can still make those changes. So we're at the final now. And here we go, Matlock Lions are going to win the final. So as soon as you've finished, you can see there are no outstanding actions left. You can see down here, and again you can still make adjustments up to this point. So if you've put the final in the wrong way round, this is your opportunity to just go over, reflect on everything, and just make sure everything's correct. As soon as you're happy, you can click End Tournament. And that brings a close to our tournament and to our demonstration for today. So I hope this has been helpful in giving you an overview of how to plan a 16-team tournament with 2 elimination phases, both a shield and a cup, both having 3 elimination rounds, a quarter-final, semi-final and final. If you have any feedback, questions, comments, please feel free to get in contact with me. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching.